All right, another Chem Minute. This day I want to talk a little about heating devices and the different devices we're going to be using in class. Most commonly in chemistry class, we're going to be using this guy right here. It's called a hot plate or a heating plate. And essentially what it is it's electronic. You plug it in, and you can actually control the temperature pretty accurately, pretty precisely using this hot plate. Most of them are pretty big, and so you can actually put 4 or 5 beakers on there at the same time. This is what we're going to be using most of the time in class. But every now and then, we will make fire, right? We love fire. And so the easiest way to do that would be use one of these little light sticks or fire sticks. Ooh. Or we could also use matches. We won't use matches too often in class, but every now and then we will. But you'd be surprised at how many kids still don't know how to use match correctly. So again, you have a match, you have a little striker plate on the side of the match boxes and a little match in your hand. You want to hold it at the very, very end. And of course, you want to strike away from you. You don't want to strike towards you and light your beard on fire like I have, okay? So what you want to do is make sure you strike away from you. And then simple enough, you shake it off. But you got to be really careful about shaking and not throwing it at somebody. They have a flaming hot piece of wood coming their way. And then most importantly is you make sure you wet or cool down the match before you throw it away. Do not put a hot match in a garbage bag. Anything like that, it can melt the bag, catch the paper inside of it on fire, all that good stuff. But what we all really like is this. It's called a Bunsen burner. Not really. This is a modified burner. But Bunsen burner basically is a natural gas or propane and butane tank. And then it has a little nozzle on there. You'll open up the nozzle. You'll hear the fuel coming out. You'll also smell it. Most flammable fuels in the propane or butane really do not have any smell at all, but we add sulfur to them so we can know if they're leaking. It'll be a really bad time if you had a gas stove at home and you couldn't smell it leaking. You go to light a match or something, whole house blows up. So we'll put rotten eggs inside that sulfur, rotten egg smell inside of all those gases to know if they're having problems. And most time we'll use this, it's called a striker, in order to light our burners. And this has a magnesium flint on the inside and basically called the spark. So what we'll do, we'll turn the nozzle on. You can hear it, you can see it. And we'll simply put the striker right next to it. Doesn't necessarily have to be in it. It's keep our hand away from the flame when we do that, okay? We can adjust the flame a little bit using these nozzles here that control the amount of airflow that goes in and out. But the easiest thing we're gonna do in order to turn it on and off is just simply going to turn this nozzle to the off position, and it is off. Now again, as always, this metal is going to be hot even after the flame is gone, so be very careful about trying to grab it or move it. All right, that's the flame and the heating devices that we're going to be using in the chemistry lab. Again, making sure that we are very safe anytime we use something that is hot.